All right, I'm back. Do you guys know what November 13th, 2023 and October 19th, 1987 have in common?
A crash?
Yes. They were both referred to as Black Monday because after some trades were made that maybe were ill-advised. I mean, I did buy up some Drew Aller. That did not pan out. That one's crashing. Oklahoma State is Big 12 champs. Now I was very bullish on them. Came crashing down. Those were big time losses right there. But do you guys know what happened in the 2 days following Black Monday? The market rebounded 57%. That's how much stocks were up after. So don't jump off any buildings. Stay calm, cool, collected, and we'll just redistribute the wealth. We'll put it around. We'll spread it around. We'll make some new buys. We're going to sell off some. So here we go. By the way, on Monday, I was in New York City. I really wanted to do this, and I didn't want to. I was thinking about doing it again because I'm going back, but I think it'll be too cold. I want to do either one of two things. I wanted to do this like from the floor of the exchange because I was in New York City, or outside from like Wall Street, or standing like behind Wall Street so you guys could see it.
Outside of the big bull.
Like yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Danny just standing in front of the big bull like this.
But when I go back in December, it might be a little chilly to be outside by the bull. We'll see if we can make it happen. All right. First up, I'm going to have a sell. You guys know I have to sell some things. I'm definitely selling Ollie Gordon's Heisman stock, 12 carries, 25 yards against one of the worst rushing defenses in the Big 12 and UCF. That game's inexplicable. I am selling Oklahoma State as a Big 12 contender, selling off that one. You know what else I'm selling? And I'm curious to get Tom's reaction on this one. I am selling Brett Bielema's handling of his quarterback situation, announcing Luke Altmaier is back as the starting quarterback. I am selling the handling of that. And you know what? Because they can get it on discount right now because everybody's like, ooh, what are you going to do with John Paddock? The legend that is quickly growing after wins over Minnesota and Indiana. I mean, what are we, 507 yards passing, and you're not going to let him start because you're saying, well, we can't lose your job due to injury. No, just tell him he needs another week in concussion protocol. Teams do it all the time. If you don't want to make the change, just extend it. Ooh, he doesn't look 100% yet. I am buying John Paddock. I'm selling Brett Bielema's handling of the quarterback situation. Tom Fornelli, your thoughts?
Brett Bielema never said Luke Altmaier would start on Saturday. He just said he's still our starting quarterback. Brett Bielema is never going to tell you what his plans are during the week before a game. Injury stuff, he does not let any information out. I still think John Paddock will be starting against Iowa.
All right, then I'm scooping up some of the legend. I'm buying it then. Let's go. I'm adding that to the stock portfolio for sure. Reminder, also, the bounce back, 57% the next 2 days, still holding Jaden Daniels Heisman stock. I still think there's a chance he could do that. Still holding Bo Nix. Remember, we bought him up after the loss to Washington. By the way, the favorite right now. Still holding Arizona. Still winning. A little dicey versus Colorado. A little bit of a rough stretch coming up with Utah. Arizona State coming up. Still think they'll finish strong. Carson Beck still holding. And Oregon plus 100 as the Pac-12 champ. Bought that a while ago. Now minus 200 I saw at a sports book this morning. So still holding some pretty good value there. All right, what else am I buying? I am buying Arizona State futures, okay? I think we're starting to see on the football field, we're starting to see them have a little bit of life. Remember when Kansas turnaround started with Lance Leipold, the year leading into the breakout season 2 years ago, they started to be competitive. They started one-possession games. We've seen that from Arizona State recently. They did have their big kind of signature win kind of against UCLA. We were talking about Chip Kelly getting fired. I thought that was huge for them. The move to the Big 12, I think, is going to be massive. I think they could be one of the teams that could compete towards the top perennially for titles. And then most importantly, Ray Anderson stepping down. It's been a disaster as the athletic director. That should be good news to everybody's ears. That is a Sun Devil. I think it is time to buy Arizona State futures moving forward.
Also, there was that stuff with the booster, and I don't know if you guys read those stories.
At Arizona State?
Yeah.
No.
He was a little too friendly with some people he shouldn't be friendly with.
A booster what? So no. So
he's a little handsy.
Oh,
handsy.
Not see that one. I'll sell that all day too. I'll sell selling Ray Anderson in case you didn't notice. So I'm selling his stock.
Like fighter handy or lover handy?
Yeah.
Little lover handy.
Okay, got it. All right.
So his legal his financial contributions might be getting reverted to future legal proceedings.
No, it's just there were some complaints. I mean, I can't remember where the story was, but there were some complaints about somebody, and because he was a booster, maybe certain people who were in charge just kind of let it go without ever really doing anything. And now that person's no longer there.
Ooh. All right. Next move we're making in the markets. This one's hard for me, and I'm actually curious to see. I'll revert to you guys as my analysts here, because Louisville is in a spot. Do you buy high? Do you hold? Or do you potentially sell? I am leaning towards selling, because you know what I don't like? I don't like volatile stocks. And I can buy and trade those, buy and sell those frequently. But the roller coaster ride that has been their season has been pretty remarkable. I'll go back to a road win against NC State, which at the time we thought NC State was really good. That was a big win. Then they beat Notre Dame. Woohoo! Dominate Notre Dame. Thinking, man, this team's legit. 17-point loss to Pitt. Then they come back-to-back big-time wins, dominant wins over Duke and Virginia Tech. I know that very good, but they still dominated those performances. And then almost losing on a national stage on Thursday night to Virginia. That was a little bit alarming. So very volatile. And with games ahead on the road at Miami and a home game against Kentucky, are we looking at 11-1 in the ACC championship game? Or are we looking at 9-3 in the championship game? I would lean towards 9-3. I am this close to selling my Louisville stock. Are you guys with me?
The little number beside Louisville's name, if that's the price you're doing, yes, sell. Like where they are in the rankings and the way that they've been able to continually rise up, you're probably going to get a good value. And I would definitely recommend that, as we will maybe discuss later. They are only 1-point favorites at Miami.
Correct.
Are you going to that game, Danny? Because right now you can buy one and get 2 free tickets. Did you see that?
I did not. Are they doing that?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, it's not going to be exactly electric atmosphere. So extremely
I checked the
volatile.
forecast, man. I mean, we have 3 straight days of rain down here, and then Saturday is going to be beautiful. Like the beaches don't visit themselves. I mean, it's sad for Miami, but like not going to be many people.
I would sell right now, because I think this is going to be the best price that you're going to get.
Sold. There you go. It's open on the market. Done. Sold. Sell in Louisville. All right. Next one. Buy. I am buying James Madison's postseason hopes. Here's why. Remember, they filed this new appeal. They said it was going to be their final appeal, November 7th. So just over a week ago. It's been quiet. Guess where College Game Day is going this weekend? That's right.
James Madison.
They're going to JMU for their game against App State, which will be prominently featured on ESPN Plus. That is not why I'm buying, though. You're going to see the topic of discussion is going to be some of the biggest voices in college football. Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, Desmond Howard, Pat McAfee. They're going to be tearing into the NCAA, presenting their case, saying, look, this is ridiculous. This team hasn't done anything wrong. This is a stupid rule. And I think they're also going to point out something Bud's pointed out, we pointed out. A rematch with Troy would be insane for the Sun Belt. It'd be the best thing to put the foot forward for the conference. I think this new NCAA put forth by Charlie Baker is more susceptible to changing their mind due to public outcry and criticism from the heavyweights of college football. I am buying James Madison's postseason hopes. Now, this is kind of what it's like doing. You know, when you have that tip from somebody and they're like, ooh, this stock, keep an eye on it because they're experimenting with this new drug that potentially could cure cancer. And you're like
insider trading.
Insider trading?
Yeah, exactly. You get that little tip. And so you say, oh, man, I'm going to buy it. This could blow up in your face. Could get shut down the day after. Charlie Baker's like, nope, doesn't matter. We're sticking by our guns. But if they do pass it, watch out for James Madison, even in the New Year's 6.
I think Troy spoils that.
Okay. But what about
I hope it happens. It would be the smartest thing. I mean, it'd be the first time the NCAA did something like smart and sensible in a long time. I hope it does happen.
Because if they're eligible for the postseason, then the Sun Belt has already said they'll represent the East.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Or you could spend all 3 hours of that program, which of course, remember CBS Sports HQ, we've got you covered with college football pregame from 11 to 12. And then App State goes and wins.
Right. No, that would be the collapse of all collapse. If I'm holding that stock, I am screwed. They're an 8-point favorite, by the way, but that would be, I guess it would be hilarious, kind of.
I mean, it wouldn't be hilarious. I'm just saying, like, that'd just be like a twist, just like, App State's running hot. James Madison is, starting to have some injury issues.
Yeah. All right. Last buy of the day. This one might be my most favorite. I am buying Michigan as America's team. You know what? You got to appreciate the hustle. I mean, you got to appreciate the commitment to the bit. I mean, Sam Bankman-Fried made a boatload of money. He bought his own island by selling FTX, which was completely fraudulent, ripping off people left and right. But look at the formula with what he went all in. You stick to the plan. You get celebrity endorsement. Ric Flair is out there publicly calling out Feinbaum and Desmond Howard's beef, and he brings them in to speak to the teams. You got celebrity endorsement. All you're missing is a theme song. Jordan, give it to me. Yeah, Eric, watch out. So here's the assignment I have for Jordan. He's my junior analyst. He's that grunt that has to get there at 7 a.m., leaves at 7 at night, and just stares at a screen all day. I didn't have time to get this done because if you're going to commit to the bit, you have to commit to the bit. And since I'm buying Michigan as America's team, forget about Hail to the Victors when they come out, running through the tunnel, and they go up and they touch the banner, go blue. Come out to Team America, America, the whole team coming out and have Harbaugh with the flag, and you could have Ric Flair running alongside him. Go all in. If you're going to go all in as America's team, go all in. I'm buying. It's going to the moon. Let's go.
Do you think that you could get Hulk too?
So what I wanted Jordan to do was to edit them all running out, touching the flag to that song. So if he can get a video of that done, he'll be the best producer. He'll win an Emmy for production if he can get that done.
A podcast Emmy. Do they have those?
Yeah. Hey, we are in the running for the Sports Podcast Awards. So, we'll have some information of how you can go show your support for us and vote in those here coming up shortly. I mean, there is no shortage of celebrities for America's team. Also, I didn't know that Jim Harbaugh, what did he say? I am the iron wall that viruses hit and shatter, because he sounded a little raspy.
Yes.
I mean,
he also revised his stance on chicken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's
been a huge
raising them, right? Yeah.
A lot of growth, from Jim Harbaugh.
Do y'all's wives want to get chickens? Because I think mine sees it on Instagram or something. I'm like, if you ever been around chickens, absolutely 0% chance I'm doing this.
Our wives must follow the same algorithm.
Dude, it is ridiculous. We're not getting goats. We're not getting chickens. All right? No.
But fresh milk and eggs. What could get better than that?
You got to tell her there's a local ordinance that makes it actually illegal where you live.
This ain't my first barbecue, bud. Come on. We already know that. I already printed it out.
That's what I went with. I'm like, babe, unfortunately, there's an ordinance we can't.
Y'all don't have chickens? Wow.
You're out in the country now.
I live in the Big Ten. We all have farms. We all have our own animals. I'm staring at a buck right outside my window right now. It's just the way of the world here.
I believe that part. I don't believe the first part. I do believe there's a buck right outside your window.
There is. He's right there.
Yeah. We ain't got chickens. Chickens are going to end up turning into chicken salad on Brewer Street when they escape. That's how that ends. I can tell you right now.